Hello everybody, Ravenite here, and welcome back to another episode of How to Build. This is a series where I teach you guys how to build my created characters in For Honor so that you too can make them for your own playing, and welcome to the first one of Spooky Month. I did have this warden made some time ago, but I wanted to save the How to Build for her until we got to Spooky Month, so now that we are in October, take a look at Mara the Reaper. Now, I will go ahead and say a full disclosure. I actually can't take full credit for this design. The basics of the design were actually shown to me in a TikTok that I saw thanks to my brother, and I loved it, but I wanted to make some tweaks and edits to it to make it a little bit different. So I really hope you guys like this. I'm going to walk through the whole process of how I built it and kind of give you some background on Mara and who she is and what I thought when I was making this. So let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. So first off with the helm, you want the Acatium helm, Acatium chest, and Acatium arm. So you want the full Acatium set for this. It probably is one of the darker, more creepy looking sets on its own, so I thought Acatium would work really well. Plus, it is what was recommended in the TikTok, and I couldn't see a reason why I shouldn't go with that. Now, the weapon I did change from the TikTok video. This is completely different. I went with the Deceitful Suspector Blade, Hell's Champion Hilt, and Unwaking Nightmare Guard. Okay? I'll run through that again. Deceitful Susceptor Blade, Hell's Champion Hilt, and Unwaking Nightmare Guard. This sword to me just looks so terrifying and yet so awesome all at the same time. It's kind of got a skeletal look right at the edge of the blade where it meets the hilt, which I think would look really, really good. And I also like how it's not quite, it looks a little evil, but not quite demonic to the point that you couldn't see it in the hands of someone with a righteous cause. So I thought this would work really well. So one more time on it all. Acatium helm set, chest, and arms. Deceitful Susceptor Blade, Hell's Champion Hilt, Unwaking Nightmare Guard. Okay? Alright, now, let's go into everything else. For traits, but I went with default 1. You could go with default 2, it'll still look really good, but I went with default 1 because Mara's a chick. Skin color, it's not going to matter. You're not going to be able to see the skin color anyway. For the head, you need the Griffin 2 paint pattern. The Griffin 2 paint pattern, which you get from the Heraldic Valor Mythic outfit. So you do need to get a Mythic outfit for this, but you want Griffin 2, okay? No symbol, no embossing. Now, if you take a look, I love the way that the wings just kind of go over the eyes like this. It looks really creepy, and I really like the effect that the paint pattern gives it. I think that looks really good, okay? Ornament, Iron Worm. Get those horns going on. Get that horn action going on. Because, if you're going to go edgy, might as well go full edgy, am I right? Right shoulder. I use the Heretic Collapse 2 paint pattern. Heretic Collapse 2 paint pattern. No symbol, no embossing. For the left shoulder, I use the Horkos Illusionist 1 paint pattern, which you get from the Year 5 Season 1 Battle Pass. If you cannot get this, if this is something unavailable to you, you can still use the same one you used on the right shoulder, the Heretic Collapse. Okay? So like I said, paint pattern here, Horkos Illusionist 1. For the material, white iron. The white iron is going to give you that cool, almost glowing etching along the edges of the armor, which I think works really well here. You might be like, oh, but couldn't I use tar? Actually, look at tar now. It's not quite as good as it. Nah, go with white iron, okay? For the back, Galaxy 3. You want Galaxy 3 for the back, okay? And you also want the Death embossing because it gives that like image of a Reaper on the back, which it's just too good. You can't go wrong with that. You can also go with the Skull 1 if you wanted, or Sword Angel. Either one works, but I go with Death, okay? Then for the standards, you want the Ghoulish Wings 2 paint pattern, which you can get from the Fangs of the Otherworld bundle or Ghoulish Fate Illustrious outfit. So get the Ghoulish Fate Illustrious outfit for this paint pattern. I know it's a lot. I'm asking you to get Mythic and Illustrious outfits, but hey, if you want to build this Warden, you might have to drop a little steel, right? For the symbol, the Royal Lion. The Royal Lion will not show up super well against the paint pattern, but you can just make out the symbol right in the middle of the eye, which I think works really well because there's regalness hidden a little bit within the darkness, which I think fit very well. So Royal Lion is the symbol you want. And then finally for colors, ready for it? You want Chimera Monochrome. Chimera Monochrome. That is the one you want for this. And honestly, I know everyone always asks, oh, could you give me a different one? I may not have that one. I'll be real honest. I'm not sure there's a better one than Chimera Monochrome for this. Like, I've tried different patterns. I guess you could try some, like, similar color schemes. But honestly, Chimera Monochrome may be the best you could ask for this. Okay? Okay. Now, for feats. Come At Me. I use Come At Me because I think that's a really good one for, like, you know, just letting someone know that I'm Death and I'm coming for you. When we get the updated Warden feats, this may change, though. Thrilling Comeback, because you can't beat Death. Death will always come back. Second Wind. I thought that that would just be a good one, but I could also see Takedown being a good one. And then Morale Booster. When you know Death is on your side, everyone feels a lot better about it, you know? So I thought that those feats would work well. Executions. I use Deep Hacking. Use It or Lose It. Manus Manam Sakat. And Fractured Ribcage. Those are all really good ones to use. Another one you could use, I'll show you. Oh, sorry, I hit the wrong one. Here we go. You can use the Jasmine box too, I think, because if she is Death, then she's going to be taking your soul, which I think would fit. Or you could use Card of Absolution as well, because it's all about taking the soul. Because that's what Mara is. She's a Reaper. She's not just some normal human. She's a Reaper, so she's here to collect souls. When Mara hits the field, you know, Death has come for you. She is a warrior of Death incarnate. She is an angel of death. So I thought that would work. For her emotes, I use Victory and Horkos Trophy Head, because Death is victorious. And, like, kind of a warning, like, I've come and I've taken people before, so I think that works. And then Blade Homage and Sword Point. Again, respectful Death, but I'm still coming for you, you know. For signature, Dark Specters. I mean, of course. Why wouldn't you use this? And then effect, Morta's Breath. You want Morta's Breath on all of it. Because the whole idea behind Mara that I wanted to share is that Mara, it was once a normal human, but is now technically dead. She's technically dead, but she is being used. Her body is being used as a vessel for a Reaper. So she is alive thanks to this Reaper, but in exchange, she is serving the Reaper to collect the souls of the wicked and the vile and the monstrous. So she is a dark apostle of death. Dark and edgy to the very core, but that's kind of what you look for in a Halloween-style outfit. Hope you guys liked Mara. I really enjoyed putting this one together. This was a fun one to throw together, and I know some of you are like, man, Raven, that's pretty edgy. Are you going to cut yourself on that? Already did a few times in the making of this. And yes, there may be more Halloween outfits on the way. I need to take time to work on them and figure out how I want them to look. But other than that, thank you guys so much. I hope you all enjoyed. And as always, I will see you in my next video. Take care.